Is everything really happening for a good reason? And if so, why? Like, subscribe, and share. Hi, my name is Lotfi Murat, and this is again a Q&A video. I didn't get this question from a patron, but it was the result of another question from a patron. And a patron is somebody who follows me on Patreon, who is actually contributing there monthly basis to get early access to certain content of mine, or to get access to content that's only available on Patreon, like the energy at play for the coming 5-6 days, which can help you ride the wave of your life, and other interesting things. Of course, it's an interactive platform, so if you decide to try it out, if you decide to join, then you may want to consider interacting, because if you tell me who you are and what you actually are looking for, I may be able to serve you better. So, is everything happening for a good reason, and why? Okay, that second question may already tell you, like, the answer to the first one must be yes, otherwise why? It could also be no, and I could give you a why. When I get this question from people, I often encourage them to do a simple exercise. So I want to encourage you to do the same now. So I encourage you to pause the video in a minute, grab a piece of paper and a pen, or open a Word document, and write down some of the tough things that happen in your life. Things like that were like an ending, like losing a job, the end of a relationship, being a friendship, being a loved one, things that just ended and that were painful in that moment. And after you've written this down, look at where you are now, and look at how did those things that in those moments were like horrible, painful, whatever, annoying, how they actually led you to be where you are today. And yeah, maybe today you're in a shitty situation. That's possible. But you haven't been always constantly in shitty situations. So pause the video and do it, and then continue watching. Pause! Go do the exercise. I'm waiting. You finished? Oh, okay. Good. Maybe the rest of this video is just gonna be saying out loud what you already felt. I've done this exercise many times. I love to meditate in my bathtub in a hot bath with magnesium salt or with baking soda. One is good for the nervous system, the other is good for the skin because it's base. And especially during periods where I've been feeling insecure, where I've had a lot of stress, fears, I spontaneously started thinking about other periods in my life where I felt this way. And I felt this way because things ended, for example. And it's amazing, because every time or every circumstance I look at, like, I can see that after that, yes, it was painful, it was horrible, it was whatever. But then, eventually it led to me ending up in a better place, to me meeting people who I resonated with much more, like when people left my life in their place because I had been changing. New people came who were like, oh well, yeah, this is really nice. And it's not to compare like one is better than the other, but the new person that came, let's say in 2012, end of 2012, was more a match for me, Lotfi of 2012, than the Lotfi of 2010 or 11 or 2009 or 2008 or even 2006. Because I had been changing. So if the people around you are not changing the same way, you and so, for example, I look at the relationships I've had and I'm grateful for each love relationship I've had. I'm talking about my love relationships. But when I met end of 2012 this woman that is not my girlfriend anymore today, I was really happy because she was exactly the kind of woman I needed at that moment, who matched who I had become through my transformation, because I went through an enormous transformation in the last 2 years. And so she matched with what I needed. During the period also certain friends of mine started to go away, but then new people came into my life. And they're not better or yours not worse, but just different. I changed, I needed something different. And then that girlfriend and I, we both kept growing. And at a certain moment we did this again. Because it all goes like this. And then I met somebody else who matched my frequency, who matched who I had become in 2014, towards the end of 2014. And then again in 2016, somebody else came on my path who matched who I had become then, or who was matching what I was becoming then. So we grew together. And then years later, that person also, she and I, did this. And then there was like an emptiness. But then other kind of people started to come, not lovers, but other people who all came and shared with me something valuable. And looking back, I see that so many people have come into my life. And when they came, they shared with me something valuable. Sometimes it was like really nice, sometimes it was painful, but it was only painful because I was resisting. I was not wanting to let go of something, or I was not wanting to accept something into my life, not accepting change that was inevitable. Or for example, I was not setting up for myself. When I was not setting up for myself, people would be pissing on my head. But when I finally started to stand up for myself, the number of people doing this, the impact this kind of behavior had on me started to decrease. And it became less and less and less. If I look at today, I'm barely experiencing that anymore. Yeah, there are some people who try, but it's not affecting me anymore. Because you just stay there. Stay there. And that's why there are different people on my path today than there were in 2014, 2012, 2010, 9, 7, 6, in the 90s, in the 80s, in the 70s. My father is the only one who's still there. But my father has also changed. And my relationship with my father has also changed because of this. We've had bad times, we've had good times, we've had neutral times. So yeah, the answer is yes. Could have started with this? No, that would have been boring. I would not have led you through your own life experiences to review what you went through. Because I'm sure me talking now, things start to pop up. Maybe you heard only half of what I said because your memory started to come, you started to realize things. That's perfect. Yeah, you can go back and listen. But I mainly gave examples to just help you activate your own memories, activate your own experiences, activate your wisdom. Bring it to the surface. Realize what you actually learned in all those years. Congratulations on all your achievements. Congratulations on having grown. Even if today doesn't feel great, but still, you made it till today already. You went through so many things. You are here. Just like the Chinese say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You may feel weak today. You may be physically weak today. But on the inside you're stronger than you were. Because of all the experiences you've had. Because of everything you've overcome. Because of everything that hasn't killed you. The thing is, I picked it up somewhere, and I cannot give credit to somebody because I do not know who said it actually out loud, that everything is happening for a good reason. But that thing struck me like lightning on a sunny day. And I felt it was the truth. So I started focusing. Like something shitty, really shitty was happening. Okay, oh, I remember. Must be a good reason. Okay. What's the good reason? What good will come out of this? Because if I know, then I can focus on that instead of saying in the it's so bad what's happening. Victim. No, actually I want to move quickly to okay, that's behind me. I learned something. I'm wiser today. I'm stronger. I can go to the next level. So I started looking, and sometimes I got the insights like years later. But that was mainly when I was not yet aware of this concept. But when I became aware of the concept, years turned into months. And then months turned into weeks. And weeks turned into days. Days into hours. Hours turned to minutes. I'm not just repeating myself here. No, seriously, it went to minutes. And now sometimes even seconds. Because I trained myself to be open to it, to see it, because I sat with myself, I looked back at all the things that I went through and how things led to this and that and that and that. Failing certain exams. I'm so grateful today that I failed them. Because if not for that, I would have taken a different path. I would not be here today. Even with the tough things that have been on my path, I'm still happy that I walked this path. I'm still happy I'm here today. Because the things I've learned, the experiences I've had, the people I've met, there has been so much beauty. But it was only possible because of everything I went through. Because I was open to learn from a certain moment. Yeah, I saw a bird passing. And since I decided to learn, to grow through my experiences, they start to go faster. This is one of the reasons I do the work I'm doing. This is one of the reasons I have the friends who are my friends today, because it's one of my passions in life. So I have friends with whom I'm talking about this. Another passion is aviation, so I talk about aviation with certain friends, but also create an aviation YouTube channel. And I'm learning through that too, from the criticism or the enthusiasm of people, or to see how many people are reacting on certain things or not. So a video is only having 39 views, another one is having 2,500. What? And like 12, 13 comments. Not like a sentence, like really people sharing their view, their opinion, their visions, their experiences. Like, wow. Well, it has been frustrating at first, like, oh, people, I'm not popular, and people are not interested in what I have to share. No. On my life coaching channel, I have less views, I have less subscribers. You know why? Because actually I'm doing it with a reason, and the reason is that I want to help people, want to teach people. So I have expectations, so it's not unconditional, it's not unconditional love. And yeah, you remember maybe a few videos ago I was talking about this. Yay! Good morning! It's not me judging here, it's just joking, but yeah, there is a serious tone in it. But the aviation one, I'm just doing it because I love it. I'm just doing it for fun. And actually, I don't give a shit if people don't agree with what I'm saying, because I'm not just bringing news. I'm actually sharing my vision on things. Actually, I'm including a lot of the wisdom that I've been talking about today. I'm including it there. Like talking about why Boeing is in such a horrible situation now. Yeah. You can call it karma, you can call it, they've been doing so many nasty things that in the end, there's payback. There are consequences to your actions, and that's why Boeing is having so many troubles. Like none of their aircraft that they're producing at this moment is flawless. I'm not talking like there are little mistakes. No, there are serious issues, safety issues. And you may want to watch some of those videos, and you can see the titles, and then you will know, and you can see on my YouTube channel, you can actually go to the About tabs, videos, and playlists, and you will see About, and then you will see the one with the airplane in it, Intuitive Aviation News. And you can also see it on my, if you're watching this on my website, you go to the About section, and you scroll down, and at the bottom you will also see my hobbies, my passions, and it's there too. But because I'm doing it with unconditional love, because I'm just having fun, people are actually getting enthusiastic. People love it. And I sometimes say, we should be less serious. We can be so fucking serious that our lives really turn sour. But if we're just grateful for what we already have, grateful for what we have experienced, for what we have overcome, what we have learned, from who would you buy? If you enter a store, if you want to buy something not so cheap, or even you go to stores, when are you most likely to buy or to come back? When the person like, or when store, because people working there, they have fun, they're smiling, they're laughing, they're making jokes, we're happy to see each other. Not like, oh, he's coming back, he's going to spend some money. No, because I don't spend so much money. But there's an interaction. There's the joy. So joy attracts more. I hope that this triggers something in you, that you will Start looking at how you can enjoy life more and start to radiate more and start to attract more joy in your life. Maybe I should record a video on how to attract more joy in my life. I don't know. You tell me what I should talk about next. Actually, I remember now, I don't know her name, a lady, relatively young lady, blonde, who sits in nature and is just talking, and I picked up a few on her traits actually, I can realize now, because I've been watching her a lot and enjoyed how she's just relaxed and acting from love, not from fear, and is enjoying the little things. She's sometimes like, oh, and then she describes what she sees around her, because she's in nature, so there's stuff happening all the time, a bird, a squirrel, or whatever. And I'm joyful because I can see the sunlight there, and it's like, because we've had some nasty weeks, and tomorrow we're going to have rain again, but sunshine will come back, so. And I had some nice messages from some friends. A friend of mine who talked for 5 minutes on WhatsApp sent me a voice message just sharing things that happened, and it was just nice to hear, and those little things. And so I sent her back a picture because she was talking about Kellogg's cornflakes not being healthy but actually so tasty, and her daughter loves it so much. So for her birthday they bought this box of Kellogg's cornflakes and wrapped it, and it was the first present she had to open in the morning because it was supposed to also go with breakfast. But these little things that just, yeah, it's fun, it's nice. Or I heard a friend of mine who actually, I can see how that friend of mine is changing, is evolving, is growing, and is not responding so intensely anymore to setbacks, but okay. Because it doesn't make sense to invest time and energy on getting angry about something that you cannot change anyway, so it's focusing, okay. Yeah, here I have some influence actually, so I'm going to focus here. That warms my heart. Or another friend who feels some insecurities regarding talking about a certain subject and scheduled 2 talks, and in the end did only one. Didn't feel so comfortable, so decided not to do the other one because we would have been in 2 languages, so one in the first language and then shortly after the same thing in the second language, and because of discomfort, okay, didn't do it. But I'm proud my friend actually did that first one, because I know how scary that can be. And because of that, because that encouraged me so much, I offered to do the next one together. Because I'm also not so comfortable talking about that subject. So I'm like, okay, let's go together. Together we'll huh? It's like in rugby when they go in the melee and they go like in the middle, but they hold each other and then they go. And yeah, it's making me happy. So I hope that it inspired you, and looking forward to your feedback or questions. Wishing you a beautiful day or night, wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching this. Like, subscribe, and share.